Infographics.
Mm-hmm.
They are just so critical in the modern attention economy.
Mm.
They're not just, visually engaging things. They're powerful backlink magnets and proven drivers of SEO traffic.
Absolutely.
But if you run any kind of online media business, you already know the massive hidden cost. We call it the $500 problem.
Right.
Human designers can charge anywhere from $300 to $800 for just one graphic.
Mm-hmm.
And if you try the DIY route, you're still looking at 2 to 4 hours of really focused work for a single asset.
That cost isn't just a budget line. It's an economic bottleneck. It prohibits scaling. You can't afford to experiment with content ideas when every single visual costs you that much.
You're stuck.
You're stuck proving ideas that have already worked. But what if you could flip that model?
Okay.
What if you could produce professional-grade, publication-ready visuals in seconds, using your unique data and not relying on generic AI guesses? That profound shift. That's the engine we're diving into today.
Okay, let's unpack this. This deep dive is all about Google's NotebookLM and its new suite of visual generator features. It feels like an evolution in how we process information.
Our mission here is to give you, the learner, the exact workflow you need to capitalize on this. We want you to walk away knowing how to build a high-volume, low-cost content factory, all starting from Source Fidelity.
Yeah.
High quality, high speed output.
We'll cover the core difference between this Google tool and all the other generative AI tools out there. We'll look at the two features that fundamentally change the economics for media businesses and, most importantly, detail that practical 4-step process you can use right now.
Let's do it.
So let's start by framing this $500 problem a bit more clearly. Infographics and high-quality data visualizations, they're not just supplementary marketing fluff.
No, not at all.
They are absolutely critical assets for SEO value and for earning those high-quality backlinks, which is really the lifeblood of an online business.
And that traditional cost structure just crushes experimentation. If you're a creator or a consultant, you need to be able to test maybe 20 different visual approaches to find the one that sticks.
Yeah.
When each test costs hundreds of dollars or half your day, you just can't get the volume you need to figure out what your audience actually cares about.
So this is where NotebookLM comes in, specifically the Infographics generator feature. It seems to remove that economic bottleneck entirely.
It does. It's built to take your structured text, your research notes, and academic abstract, whatever, and create these polished, publication-ready visuals in under a minute. It's just astonishing speed.
So the core takeaway is high-volume creation without sacrificing accuracy or quality. The source material claims, pretty boldly I think, that the output quality rivals human designers.
It's a big claim.
It is a big claim. What makes that speed possible while still maintaining that kind of design quality?
Well, it automates the structuring of the text you provide into these professional layouts. It's not about artistic creation from scratch, but about professional structure.
What's fascinating here is that we've seen generative design tools for a while now. I mean, a lot of people see this and think, well, Canva's AI and Midjourney already exist.
Right. That's a fair point.
Yeah.
But the critical insight that separates NotebookLM is source fidelity. It's that accuracy component.
Okay.
Think about the difference. When you ask a general model like ChatGPT to, say, make an infographic about personal finance trends, you get a generic summary. It's pulled from its massive common training data. The insights are obvious, the value is low, and everybody else has access to the exact same information.
And this is where that term work sludge comes from, right? If everyone uses the same generic AI, all content just starts to look and sound the same. It's just noise.
Undifferentiated noise. NotebookLM works in a fundamentally different way. It is designed to visualize only the specific data you provide. You feed it your latest customer survey, your proprietary notes, your unique internal stats. And it visualizes that. It literally cannot make up information outside the context you give it.
So that defensibility, that's the real game changer. It means you own the insight. Your content reflects your unique perspective, not some regurgitated Wikipedia summary.
Exactly.
So why is visualizing only provided data so crucial for business content?
It ensures differentiation and defensibility by reflecting your unique proprietary insights. It becomes real intellectual property.
And it also prevents, what do they call them? Hallucinations.
Crucially, yes.
Yeah.
It drastically reduces the risk of hallucinations.
And just to clarify for everyone listening, hallucinations in AI is when the model just outputs false or nonsensical information, but with very high confidence.
Exactly right. A general AI might confidently show a revenue chart with a made-up projection for 2024,
Right.
just because it's a confident guess from its training.
Right.
NotebookLM minimizes that risk because it can only pull facts from the sources you uploaded. It just creates confidence in the facts.
Okay, so let's look at the engine's parts then, the two core features that enable this huge economic shift.
First up is the Infographics generator. It takes that raw text input notes, stats, process flows, and structures, it all automatically into these professional high-impact layouts.
And you, the user, have total control over the output format. You can specify portrait for TikTok, landscape for a YouTube thumbnail, square for Instagram. You control the detail level and the creative direction.
Whoa. Just imagine the operational leverage that gives you.
Yeah.
Scaling up professional economic analyses or detailed internal workflows tailored for different departments in minutes instead of days. That is just a transformative labor savings.
It really is.
And the second feature is the Slideshow Generator. This goes beyond a single graphic. It structures complex content logically, it creates a visual hierarchy across multiple pages, and adds charts and graphs. It builds a whole presentation deck.
And this is where that profound economic advantage really kicks in. What traditionally took specialized agencies, 3 to 5 hours of focused design labor per deck,
Wow.
now reportedly takes the user 5 to 10 minutes.
That is a fundamental shift in the cost of communication. If you're a consultant pitching new clients, this means you can stop spending a week on design and potentially cut your presentation costs by, like, 95%.
So how does the slideshow generator save the most time for businesses?
It reduces a multi-hour presentation building task down to only 5 to 10 minutes. It's a massive time saver.
Okay, so to truly build a business, you need more than a tool. You need a factory line, a repeatable process. The source material outlines a pretty clean 4-step workflow for this.
Yeah, and it's something anyone can implement.
Step 1 is content source preparation. You need high-quality input. Garbage in, garbage out.
Always. The source gives 3 main approaches. Approach A is the simplest.
Yeah.
Use existing content. You can just paste a URL from your blog, and NotebookLM intelligently extracts the core framework and key stats.
And approach B is really smart because it combines the strengths of different tools.
Yeah, this is where you use a general model like ChatGPT for what it's good at, research and structure. You ask it for structured output, like create a list of 7 key statistical claims about the global copper market. Then you take that highly organized text and you paste into NotebookLM for the actual visualization.
You're separating the research from the design. It's a powerful combo.
It is. And then there's approach C, which is the gold standard for differentiation.
Your own data.
Your own data. Input your proprietary customer data, your unique internal research, stuff your competitors literally cannot replicate. That gives you maximum defensibility.
And that leads to step 2, prompt engineering for quality output. Because generic prompts are just going to get you boring generic results.
You can't just ask for an infographic about the economy. You need to get specific: format, audience, psychology, visual style.
The source gives a great example of an effective prompt, something like, create a social media infographic. Use a dark background, bright text. Emphasize this shocking statistic and make the target audience feel worried about their financial security. It's very specific.
I still wrestle with prompt drift myself. I spent an hour yesterday just trying to get an AI to stop using primary colors for a serious finance graphic.
I've been there.
So specifying that style and audience is so crucial. It's like stacking delicate Lego blocks of data to get the right result.
Step 3 is batch production and variation testing. Since NotebookLM generates slightly different results each time, you shouldn't just take the first one.
Right. You generate 5 or 10 variations. It's like the top 2 or 3. Test their performance out in the wild, and then iterate. You feed the winning characteristics back into your future prompts.
You're
optimizing your conversion rate. And finally, step 4 is multi-platform distribution. Your work isn't done when you create the graphic.
No.
You have to export it across different optimized formats. Portrait for Instagram, landscape for LinkedIn, and you absolutely must embed that graphic in a blog post for maximum SEO value. Multi-channel impact from a single asset.
So what's the most effective way to source quality input for NotebookLM?
It's really that combination, using ChatGPT's research strength with NotebookLM's visual creation capabilities.
So if we connect all this to the bigger picture, the tool is clearly transformative. It solves the $500 problem. But it does have a technical limitation we have to talk about.
That's right. For now, NotebookLM has a daily generation limit. It's approximately 10 generated infographics per account per per day.
Which raises a pretty important strategic question. Is that volume enough? For a media business focused on maximum scale, 10 assets a day might feel, well, restrictive.
It might. But the strategic solution here is to use that limit as enforced focus. It forces you to prioritize.
Okay.
Most successful businesses don't actually need 30 throwaway infographics a day. They need 10 really strategic assets targeted perfectly at their highest value audience. This cap enforces a kind of intellectual discipline on your content strategy.
So it forces you to only visualize your best ideas.
Your very best ideas.
So if the limit is 10, how should users prioritize their daily visual creation?
You focus on the 10 highest value topics to enforce strategic output, not just mass production.
So what does this all mean for you, the learner? We looked at how NotebookLM completely solves that production cost and time barrier associated with professional visual content.
Yeah, visuals that used to cost hundreds of dollars and hours of your time.
And the core differentiator, the thing that makes this tool truly valuable and protects your brand, is source accuracy.
Right. This allows you to own unique insights, reflecting your proprietary data instead of relying on those generic AI summaries that anyone can generate in a second.
So by combining strong content preparation, like using ChatGPT for structured research, with advanced prompt engineering, users can now create professional visuals at volume, even with that daily constraint.
But, creating the content is only half the battle. This deep dive solved the production problem.
And the source material teases that monetization is the next logical step for anyone leveraging this new scale.
Yes.
So if visualization, if high-quality design is now essentially free and fast, the real scarcity shifts completely. It moves away from design talent and production labor to proprietary data and unique insights.
The scarcity is no longer the canvas or the brush.
What is the unique data set you are sitting on right now? The data that only you possess, that only you can visualize.
Something provocative to chew on until our next deep dive.
Thank you for letting us guide you through your source material.